Hello, welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm back with a follow-up video regarding the attacks that took place last night in Israel. We know that Hezbollah launched 320 plus projectiles, mainly rockets and drones, flying into northern Israel yesterday. And this was supposed to be this major retaliation attack for the killing of Fuad Shakur, the top Hezbollah commander in Beirut just about a month ago. And we've been waiting for this attack to take place, and it looks like Hezbollah has gone ahead and carried out this attack. So just prior to this attack taking place, it was around 5 a.m. Just yesterday in Israel. And about 15 minutes prior, the U.S. was able to get some intelligence to Israel to let them know this attack was about to take place. So Israeli warplanes flew up into the skies over Lebanon. About 100 plus Israeli fighter jets flew over Lebanon, started bombing multiple targets in a preemptive strike to prevent this attack from taking place. And definitely, if we only saw 300 plus projectiles being directed towards Israel, then yes, definitely there was preemptive strikes taking place, because what we had reported, which is what I have on the screen, just came out early this morning, that Hezbollah was planning to fire 6,000 plus missiles towards Israel last night. So the Israeli Air Force reported yesterday they had supposedly destroyed thousands and thousands of rocket launching tubes in this preemptive strike just yesterday. So definitely a major hit to Lebanon and also Hezbollah especially. And what we're getting from Hassan Nasrallah, this is him right here in the video footage. He put out an update today in regards to this attack, and supposedly he's stating that there was no preemptive strike that took place, and that he also claimed they struck multiple military headquarters inside of Israel. So we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. And he also said that this attack is now complete and it has been successful. Okay, so we're going to talk some more about that as well. I've just got so many updates to go into, so I want to go ahead and get right into the news for you. Let's hop on over here to X. This is from ViceGrad24. Hezbollah was planning to launch 6,000 rockets and drones at Israel at 5 a.m. today. 100 plus Israeli fighter jets struck the launchers at 4:45 a.m. Okay, so here's a little picture that came out of Israeli warplanes, and yeah, supposedly they carried out this huge preemptive strike, and we know that for sure. Definitely there was some explosions happening in Lebanon yesterday. I was able to confirm by checking out some other channels as well. Some live footage of southern Lebanon. We could definitely hear lots of booms and bangs in the distance. And for sure, there was heavy airstrikes being carried out inside of Lebanon yesterday. I also showed you guys video footage of that. So yeah, the U.S. apparently gave intelligence to Israel to let them know that this attack was about to take place, and they knew prior to that, and were able to start carrying out preemptive strikes. So let's go ahead and keep moving here. From REJ, Sayed Hassan Nasrallah explains delay in Hezbollah retaliation. America, Israel, and all their supporters were on alert and waiting for Hezbollah's response. We were waiting and wanted to give time to the Gaza ceasefire negotiations, because all our actions are for the sake of Gaza. Finally, we decided to answer alone for various reasons. So we're not going to watch this video because there's no subtitles and it's not even in English. So there's really no point in me showing that. But this was one of the statements that he made, that apparently they were waiting for the Gaza ceasefire negotiations to complete, or whatever was going to happen with that. But last I really know, when it comes to Hamas and Israel negotiating, is it still a deadlock, okay? They have not figured out anything yet. They have not agreed on a single thing. And it to me, in my opinion, is there's no progress that's being made yet. But apparently the U.S. is coming out saying they have made progress, so who knows? But at the end of the day, the Gaza ceasefire negotiations are not done and over with yet. They still need to continue. So that's what they were claiming here, okay? So let's go ahead and keep moving. Also, Times of Israel alerts, live update. Nasrallah falsely claims Hezbollah struck IDF bases, says Israel didn't launch preemptive strike. Okay, so this is something big too. Hassan Nasrallah coming out and saying that they struck IDF bases in Israel. We'll talk about that here in just a moment. And also saying that Israel did not launch any preemptive strike. Now, this could be Hezbollah trying to take control of the narrative and say that, well, their attack was very successful and it wasn't thwarted in any way. We weren't prevented from carrying out this attack because they obviously want to project strength. But at the same time, on the Israeli side, they may not want to let anybody know that certain attacks took place. Maybe they're trying to block some of that information out, so that way it appears as if Israel's very strong and they defended themselves. And I'm not saying they didn't do that, Based on the video footage, lots and lots of these rockets and drones were taken down in multiple cases, but I will show you a few things where there was some direct hits inside of Israel, so they didn't necessarily block everything. So we'll go ahead and keep moving here. Here's a picture also coming out from current reports. According to the Yedioth Aharonoth, one of the targets Hezbollah struck is the military base in Glilot area where Mossad headquarters and the 8200 intelligence unit headquarters are based. Okay, so this is apparently one of the military installations that came under attack inside of Israel. So this is definitely one of the attacks that Hezbollah is claiming that they supposedly struck, but I haven't been able to completely verify this. Maybe we'll get some video footage or something will come out later showing that they struck this, but I don't know. I don't know if Hezbollah is just trying to make it appear as if it was a successful attack or not, but definitely it's one of the locations they said that they had struck. So we'll go ahead and keep on moving here. Also, Times of Israel alerts, live update, U.S. helped track Hezbollah attack against Israel, but didn't join preemptive strike, U.S. defense official says. So this came out in the Times of Israel, stating that the U.S. helped them track this attack that was about to take place, but they did not have anything to do with the preemptive strike. It was only Israel that carried out this attack, okay? Also, from Hassan Nasrallah again, from Times of Israel alerts, we reserve the right to strike again if the result of last night's attack was not satisfactory. Now, I thought this was very interesting because if this attack was supposedly successful, as Hassan Nasrallah is stating, then why is he coming out and saying that they may attack again if it was not satisfactory? Is that them openly admitting that this attack was a failure? I'm not really sure, but that's kind of what it seems like to me. And based on what we saw yesterday and what's coming out from Israel, Israel's basically hailing this as, again, that, you know, we're unstoppable, we're untouchable, we will defend ourselves in every way possible, and they are definitely projecting strength that nobody can really touch them, okay? If we really had major damage in Israel, I would think we would see lots and lots of reports coming out saying that, you know, towns were wiped out and lots of people were unfortunately potentially killed or injured, things like that. We aren't hearing any of that. I haven't even heard of one report come out and say that Israel had any kind of injury or anything like that to anybody that was harmed in these attacks. So maybe we'll get some information that will come out later in the coming hours, maybe not. But that's kind of what I'm seeing on the ground, okay? So let's move to our next update. From Times of Israel alerts again, live update, Gallant. Preemptive strike was very successful. Hezbollah was thrown off balance. So again, now we've got the Israelis coming out saying their preemptive strike was successful and that Hezbollah was thrown off balance, okay? Potentially saying that maybe they were caught off guard, they weren't expecting this, and also maybe Hezbollah is realizing now that they really can't touch Israel in the way that they wanted to if this preemptive strike was very successful, and also if Israel protected themselves in the way that's being projected, then yes, I could see what they mean by Hezbollah being thrown off balance. And there's definitely lots of memes coming out regarding to this, so we're going to talk about some of those things too. Here's one of them right here. Ozen Defender, a chicken coop within the town of Manat, suffered a direct strike from a Hezbollah rocket, resulting in a fire and several dead chickens. So this is really becoming a meme right now, as one of the only videos that are coming out from Israel is showing a chicken coop that was destroyed by a Hezbollah rocket. We do have one more video that I was able to find of a direct hit that I cannot confirm what exactly was hit inside of Israel, but this is a meme right now, as the only real successful attack that we're really mostly seeing is a chicken coop inside of Israel. So take a look at this. We'll at least watch this video here. Take a look at this. Okay, so we'll go ahead and stop it right there. I know it's really loud with that water spraying everywhere. But yeah, I mean, like I said, this is really one of the only videos coming out, and I'll show you one of the memes that's already starting to pop up already in regards to this chicken coop being struck. And, you know, what is the significance of this attack? I don't really understand if it was just a chicken coop that was struck by a rocket coming from Hezbollah. But very interesting. This is a video as well, but it's only like 3 seconds, and it's basically the same thing. So, yeah, I mean, we don't really have much information of actual strikes inside of Israel, and who knows, it could be a control of information kind of situation going on there, as Israel, definitely may not want to make it appear as if they really were heavily attacked. But regardless, I mean, if only 300 rockets and drones were flown into Israel as opposed to 6,000, definitely that seems like a very successful preemptive strike to me from the Israelis. So also, current report puts out this post saying, just in, the Yemeni Houthis congratulate Hezbollah on its attack on Israel and confirm that the Yemeni response is coming. So now it's going to be the Yemen Houthis carrying out an attack, and I wouldn't be surprised that maybe this is going to be the strategy. It's going to be Hezbollah first, then it's going to be, then it'll probably be the Yemen Houthis next. So now they're going to drag this out even further and keep Israel at bay, and force the U.S. to keep all their assets over here. So the Yemen Houthis will probably strike next, and that'll keep Israel on their toes for several more weeks. And then maybe we'll have some more groups in Iraq and Syria, or maybe Hezbollah will attack again now that they said that if their attack is not satisfactory, they'll go ahead and strike again. Who knows? But it looks like this is going to be a long, ongoing chain of attacks coming from different groups. All these Iranian-backed proxies, and it'll probably be the proxies first that will attack Israel, and then Iran would probably be last, if anything. Take a look at this as well. Current report, Israeli media, Hezbollah's rockets hit an Israeli warship this morning in the Mediterranean, caused damage to it, killing one Israeli soldier and injuring a number of other soldiers. So apparently we've got a report that is not being widely spread, that an Israeli warship was struck by a Hezbollah rocket, and we had at least one Israeli soldier that was killed and a number of other soldiers injured. Now, there's really not much talk about this, but let me show you a couple things. Here's a photo that was released. This is from current report, breaking Hebrew media, now allegations to confirm that an Israeli warship was struck by Hezbollah, resulting in casualties. So this photo came out. It's really, really hard to tell, but it kind of does look like a warship out there that may have been struck and supposedly was attacked by a Hezbollah rocket. And I was able to find this, okay? It's really one of the only news agencies reporting this, from Mayor's news agency. We'll go ahead and full screen this. Hezbollah drone hits Israeli warship, leaves casualties. And it says right here, we'll go ahead and read just this part. These media stated that the Zionist warship Dafora was targeted by Lebanon's Hezbollah resistance forces. The Israeli local media admitted that a Zionist soldier was killed and several others were injured in Lebanese Hezbollah attack on the ship. So now, like I said, nobody else is really reporting this. It's one of the only mainstream medias that I was able to find actually talking about this. I will cite it down below. You guys can read some of this other stuff. This talks about the attack inside of Israel last night. But yeah, I will cite it down below in the description of this video if you guys want to read some more of that. But definitely a very interesting situation there, I can say nonetheless, and we don't know for sure if it was hit, but definitely some what would be considered credible sources, I guess, are reporting that potentially we have an Israeli warship that was struck, okay? And that could be really big if that turns out to be true. Also, Howard Beckett, not Gaza, this is southern Lebanon, Israeli airstrikes this morning. Israel are calling these preemptive, massive and indiscriminate, designed to get a response. Israel wants a wider regional conflict. It's how Netanyahu survives. So this was a picture coming out from southern Lebanon with massive airstrikes taking place in this preemptive strike that was carried out by Israel yesterday prior to the attack coming from Hezbollah. So again, I've shown you guys pictures and videos coming out from southern Lebanon with strikes all over the place, okay? Crazy, crazy hits all over southern Lebanon, primarily as this attack was about to take place. And even hours after, okay, even hours after leading into today, we are still seeing preemptive strikes being carried out inside of Lebanon. Also, from Middle East Observer, Hezbollah impact recorded, looks like a precision strike. Okay, so we've got this one other video that I was able to find of a Hezbollah rocket or missile flying into Israel, and it appears to strike something, and we don't know what that is. So go ahead and take a look at this and let me know what you think. Okay, we'll go ahead and stop right there. And yeah, it was just that one single rocket, okay? We can clearly see that thing coming in. It picks up speed right to the end as it's dropping. and it crashes into something and we don't know exactly what was hit over there. I don't know if maybe this is one of those Israeli military bases that Hezbollah was claiming they supposedly struck. Who knows what the target was, but that is honestly one of the only videos that I was able to find of any kind of actual attacks taking place inside of Israel, aside of majority of these being shot down either from the Iron Dome or drones being taken down by F-35s, F-15s, things like that. So definitely very interesting nonetheless. So let's go ahead and keep moving. Also from Mosin Defender, AH-64 Apache attack helicopters with the Israeli Air Force are seen operating over northern Israel. So this was around the time as well this attack took place, and probably after, once it became daylight. But we've got video footage of Apache helicopters flying over Israel to protect the skies. Okay, so from this video, we can still see that clearly Israel is on very high alert in preparation for another potential attack that could take place. We know that some of these other groups could start attacking at any time, and who knows, maybe Iran could carry out their attack at some point. But we do know for sure that I've mentioned to you guys so many times that generally when these attacks take place over the weekend, it's meant to not cause widespread panic around the world. And it's meant for things to basically return back to normal on coming on Monday. Okay, so that way markets aren't affected around the world. And I've always told you guys this: if any kind of attack is going to take place over the weekend, it's to prevent any kind of widespread, war to spread to other nations or things like that. These generally will always happen over the weekends, and that's why we heard by Friday, leading into Saturday, that Israel is coming out saying that they were expecting some sort of attack to take place. And look at that, it happened on the early morning of Sunday. Okay, so also looks like the Ben Gurion Airport is back open. According to Iran Observer just in, Israel's Ben Gurion Airport is packed today due to recent Hezbollah strikes. So looks like the airport is back up and running. Take a look at this. So it's definitely back open, and this is probably all the people that had to reschedule their flights, and a lot of people are definitely trying to get out of the country. I don't know. I don't know if this is a sign of panic or if this is mainly just a flooding of the airport because a bunch of people that had their flights canceled yesterday had to reschedule them for today. So definitely the airport is back open now, and it looks to be pretty chaotic at the moment from what we see there. So also, World Affairs reports, breaking news: Hezbollah says it is ready to face Israel. It has 200,000 latest missiles to fight with Israel. So we've been hearing this for a long time. We know Hezbollah is ready to go to war with Israel at any moment. But Israel did just come out recently saying that they are not looking for a conflict with Hezbollah, okay? They're definitely not looking for that. But at the same time, I mean, what's going to happen here? At some point, these attacks got to stop. If not, we will have a war breaking out. So just something I thought I'd share with you. Also from Iran Observer just in, Israel has prohibited the media from publishing footage of rocket strikes on strategic national infrastructure or military bases, says the BBC correspondent in Beirut. So now this is where I'm saying that, is it possible that they want to hide the fact that these attacks took place? I mean, Hezbollah did come out and say that they struck multiple military installations in Israel. Like I told you guys, I really only found 2 videos on X of any kind of attacks taking place in Israel, and most of them seem, for the most part, pretty insignificant. Okay, so we don't really know the extent of the damages in Israel, but we know that last time in April, when Israel came under attack as well, we saw video footage of some of the air bases coming under massive attack by Iranian missiles that were striking multiple times in some cases. And then the most we'd see was just some damage to the ground next to a building that would come out from the Israeli military. So who knows what's really going on here? There could have been some, for sure, some massive hits. But overall speaking, it does not seem to be super significant, because if it really was, I think we would hear lots and lots of information coming out, at least in terms of maybe damage to civilians and things like that. Globe Eye News: Iran and Yemen's retaliation against Israel is now imminent, says Al Arabi. reports, okay? So now we're expecting Yemen to respond at some point. We did let you guys know that already. And then Iran eventually too. Are they going to attack? Who knows? But we know that Iran is planning something big. They've been doing lots of military drills lately, missile drills as well, cutting off airspace in some parts of their country as they practice shooting some of these missiles. So I'm sure they are preparing something big on Israel at some point, but we just don't know when that's going to be. Same with the Yemen Houthis. Okay, a couple more things to share with you. Current report, estimates in Israel, Hezbollah will try to attack Tel Aviv in the coming hours. The first phase was aimed to overhauling the defense system. The second phase will mean much larger, and aggressive. Hezbollah may use precision weapons instead of old Katyusha rockets. Okay, so mainly what we saw being used yesterday was probably mostly Katyusha rockets. Lots of smaller rockets were definitely flying into Israel yesterday. And what current report is saying is that a second phase of an attack could be coming imminently, but in my opinion, I don't think it's going to happen because tomorrow's already basically Monday. Stock markets are starting to open on the Middle East already and things like that. So I just don't see this attack coming until maybe next weekend or something like that. But if they were to attack with precision weapons, wouldn't you think they'd want to do that sooner than later than, instead of giving Israel time to, reload their Iron Dome system and get it prepped back up again for another attack and refuel all their planes, get them all fitted with bombs again and everything? That they would obviously want to do that quickly, and we haven't seen that happen. So my guess is that probably won't happen anytime soon. Also, Ozen Defender, major Israeli airstrikes are continuing against Hezbollah targets in southern Lebanon, with several strikes seen moments ago near the town of Zibkin. So again, lots of preemptive strikes still being carried out in southern Lebanon. Take a look. So what we see here in this video is definitely some massive hits inside of southern Lebanon. And again, if Hezbollah's coming out and saying, Hassan Nasrallah says that no preemptive strikes are taking place, I mean, what is this right here? It's really hard to say. It definitely looks to me like we've got major airstrikes being carried out inside of Lebanon, still ongoing at this time, okay? So a couple more things to share with you. This is from the Israel Defense Forces. We are still operating to thwart real-time threats, okay? This came out at 1 o'clock this morning, probably about 9 or so hours ago, 10 hours ago at the time I record this. IDF fighter jets have struck additional Hezbollah launchers in several areas in southern Lebanon and a terrorist cell operating in the area of Qiyam in southern Lebanon. So even more video footage. This video doesn't typically have sound when they release these footage here. But clearly we can see lots and lots of attacks still taking place all over southern Lebanon. And this is Israeli warplanes launching preemptive strikes to take out more Hezbollah targets and some of their launch sites as they may be preparing to carry out more attacks in the future. So that's what we're seeing here in this video, essentially, okay? So we'll go ahead and keep moving. Two more things. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin. I called Israeli Minister of Defense Yoav Gallant yesterday to discuss Israel's defense against Lebanese Hezbollah attacks. I reaffirmed the United States' ironclad commitment to Israel's defense against any attacks by Iran and its regional partners and proxies. So once again, we've got Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin coming out and stating that the U.S. will stand with an ironclad commitment to Israel's defense and protect them under any threats, including Iran and their proxy groups in the Middle East, and also any regional partners, okay? So finally, I want to show you this one last thing because I thought it was actually kind of funny. So remember how I said in the beginning that there was a lot of memes starting to pop up, that really the only thing that was struck was a chicken coop? Well, we've got this picture that's being shared. I thought it was kind of funny. I thought I'd share something kind of hilarious with you guys today. Hezbollah fried chicken. So this is a picture supposedly of Hassan Nasrallah that is appearing to be Colonel Sanders, and he's riding on a chicken as that was really the only thing that was fried was fried chicken, okay? We don't really have any reports, like I said, of anything majorly hit inside of Israel. Now, maybe there was some attacks that were taking place, and clearly we were able to see some rockets hitting some part of Israel and maybe some infrastructure over there, but for the most part, we don't really see much else. So I thought that was a great way to end the video, just kind of show you something funny, Because at the end of the day, although this is very serious stuff, it's kind of good to enlighten ourselves with some humor every now and then and not take things so seriously, especially whenever Hezbollah is carrying out an attack over the weekend. Anytime they do this, I don't expect any major regional war to break out or things like that. Now, it's obviously also very possible at any time. This war could kick off at any moment. We never know how things can turn out. But at the end of the day, this attack was carried out over the weekend, and typically when this happens, like I always tell you guys, don't expect any major war to break out as a result of it. But let me know what you think down below. Share your thoughts, concerns, and opinions down in the comment section. That's going to be it for this update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.